Hey, this is Stacia. We are going to play a training game on chess.com. I've had a few bad games, unfortunately. This happened over the board too, so I'm just sort of in a slump. Just comes out of nowhere sometimes, I swear. But that's okay. We're just going to hop right back in. And if I had to guess, I would say sometimes playing chess too much is actually a bad thing. And I may have crossed the boundary where I just start playing too lazy and not caring enough. But I care right now, at least I think so. And we're hopefully going to get a Smith-Morra gambit. So let's see what we get here. Pawn to c3. Okay, so they accepted our gambit. Okay, I like to play knight f3 first. I will now play bishop to c4. And let's see what they have for us in terms of defense. So we've got a 1700 player. Wow, I think that move's actually a mistake. This is following a couple trap lines I know. I think it might be playable, but all right. I'm definitely going to play e5 here, though. Now, if they had an a6, it's actually different because I want to play knight b5 at a certain moment. But since they did not throw that in, I think we just play e5. Now, if they take with the knight, they will lose immediately. Take. Bishop f7 takes. Free queens are good if you're taking notes. Now, if they take with a pawn, though, I will trade queens. And then we'll have to see. They could take with a queen, or I'm sorry, queen. They could take with a king or a knight there. If they do take with the knight, I will go knight b5, not taking the pawn on e5, but instead threatening a fork on c7. And then I think the best move there is rook b8 because it's really hard to dodge that fork. So let's just see what they do. I mean, I guess they could also play knight g4 might be a move that they would do. But then I get to just take here. I think that should be quite good. I mean, if they take with a pawn, that's going to be not a good pawn structure for black. And we still have lots of development and open lines. So we have 1, 2, 3 tempos of development, and they have 1, 2. So we are a tempo ahead. But having the c pawn out of the way and our knight on c3 and the open c file is nice for us. So, okay, we're waiting on them. They don't know what to do, I guess. So maybe they don't know this then. I don't know. I guess I'll go refill my drink. I'll be right back. Okay, so they went with this knight g4 move. Appreciate you guys waiting. I mean, this is definitely the move. I'll just take. I don't see another thing to play, so we'll just do this. So they could take with a queen, but so the question is, we'll still be down a pawn, but do we have compensation? I would say yes, we do. Because even if they take with the queen, we could consider just queen takes. Okay, but they play pawn takes, so probably I'm going to castle. This knight actually is protected. Playing h3 doesn't really do anything. He'll just come right back. I don't think anything like knight g5 is a good idea. Or is it? I mean, for one, he could play here. I'm not saying it's great, but I can't take on h6, and it would defend. And he can throw in checks as well and stuff. So I think I will just castle in the interest of time here. It's probably the right move. And now let's see. Okay, bishop e7. They're just going to castle and say, hey, I'm still up a pawn. And then, I mean, wow, we have the square, though. I mean, that looks good. Let me see if I can find a good way forward here. I think moves to consider are like rook e1. Tiny bit nervous about stuff like queen b6, though, because, like, this would get hit. It's another move we could do. We could just attack that pawn right away. It's another thing we could do. Knight d5 is a move too. I mean, all of this is great to me. Queen b3, is that a move? I mean, they'll just castle, I think, right? They just castle. It's really nothing. We're just lining ourselves up for knight to a5, so I don't know. Rook e1. Should I be? I mean, rook e1 is the move I want to play, but I'm just seeing like this, and I'm not like entirely sure what to do. I just feel like I'll just hold off on that move for now. Because if queen b6, I could play knight d5, but not if the knight's here. All right, I'm just going to play here, I think. Now, he could play knight e5. I should think about that. If here, knight e5, well, then I can just play rook e1. Take there. Yeah, it's got to be fine. All right, I'm going to play it. Sometimes I feel the need to try to find the absolute best continuation. But this is not a moment where I should do that. I don't think this looks kind of funny. Just this doesn't happen. It looks like I've got like candles. Like, I don't know. My brain's telling me I have candles. The bishop's like the fire. The candlestick Morra gambit. So we have good control of d5. I usually play queen e2 in the Morra, but here I don't think it's right because there's an open e file. So definitely the rook should go to e1. So I like... Is this an idea? Like, just try to attack d6. Okay, they just castle. Makes sense. So I think if knight d5, just bishop f6. Then again, no, it's good. It's a good move. So rook e1 I could do now because we have bishop g3. If they go like queen b6 or something. Then again, they could take here. I'm not sure I love that. I kind of like queen d2. I just want to play rook d1. I just want to start piling up on this. Huh, okay. All right, I'm just going to do this. Okay. Bishop e2 is a move. Maybe knight d5. I kind of like knight d5. If they take... Okay, I'm just going knight d5. Makes sense to me. We're threatening to get 2 bishops if we want to. But the knight's obviously really good on d5. Okay, so they go here. So now, if we take this knight, they could take with the pawn. They're attacking our bishop. I'm tempted to just bring this rook to c1. I guess they could wreck this pawn structure, though. So bishop e2, I guess. I don't love it, but it makes sense to me. I don't think we have to play like super active here. We have comp in terms of this positional weakness, you know, like, so I think I can play this. I don't have to like play for an attack. Besides, my bishop is countered here, so I don't think, I don't want to take on e6 and open their rook and give them stronger pawns in the center. So I think this is definitely like a move that makes sense. But I'm spending too much time as always. So let's try to think about what they will do. If they take here, I can now take with the bishop. That was my whole point. All right. Okay. So I can take this and get the two bishops. That might be not the worst thing to do here. I take with check, because I don't want them to capture here, really. Then again, I don't think it's the worst either. I hate to give up my strong knight, but this bishop is attacked. I mean, what about takes? Takes, rook e1, takes, takes. In that position, this is pinned, this is attacked. I could also ignore it, I guess. Just play rook e1. Rook e1 takes, takes. I don't know, I like this for some reason, so I'm just doing it. I could play bishop d5. It's probably a good way to go. All right, I just have to play a little faster here. So I tend to get lost in my thoughts. Or just be a little too indecisive. That's another thing. If I'm in the right mood, that doesn't really happen. But I can't say that I'm in that mood right now. So I have to purposely try to be more decisive and confident because I mean, I'm 4 minutes behind on the clock. It's just sort of an unnecessary deficit. I mean, I've heard people say that when you're like 2 minutes down on the clock, it's worth a pawn. So if they take, I obviously go here. I want to play rook e1. That's a move I really want to get in. Also, if their knight moves, you know, we're on this at the moment. So they might just play some rook to the d file, in which case we can do the same thing. And I probably will. Now, there is this open c file, too. Okay. I don't see a way to make use of the c file, but putting pressure on the pawn is a good thing. So I'll just go here. I'm not even going to think about it. Rook e1 I also like. If something like queen h4, no problem, we go bishop g3. It's like kind of pins the knight. Not really, though. So if knight g6, I think I'll definitely go bishop g3 there. Followed by rook e1. If the knight comes to g6, then the bishop, you know, dominates the knight quite nicely from g3, which is why I'm thinking about that move. And I mean, really, I want to just maintain pressure on this. This is what our compensation is. The idea is that we win the pawn back. Now, are we going to have a better position? I don't really think so. Unfortunately, it looks equalish. But we do have two bishops, so that counts for something. I'm just kind of imagining we'll have to give one back when we take the pawn, but who knows? I mean, something else I'm thinking about is like, what if we take here and they take with a pawn? Then we could take this and they take here and we just give them like messed up pawns. But they can take with a queen. It is possible. Then there's still rook e1 though, followed by a4. They want to move their queen. That's how I read that one. Because their queen's defending that, or was defending that. again. I'm not giving too much thought here. I'm also wondering if bishop g5 is good. If bishop g5, f6, check, take. I was wondering if there's rook takes knight, because if they take this way, we can win 2 rooks and play check. But they can take this way too. But then we take the rook. But the third way is they take with a queen. The queen will take. And that's probably game over, black wins. So I don't want to do that one. Okay, but we've caught up on the clock, so I'm glad I made a couple quick decisions. I'm actually wondering if this is a move. It looks stupid. I'm just kind of playing hope chess here, aren't I? Because I want to take, and they can't take back because I win the queen. But, I mean, they have other moves there, I'm sure. Like, just get out the pen. Queen c7 or something. I mean, are we threatening to take the knight and win a pawn? I mean, might be. I mean, if f6 unprovoked, we can take on e6, I think. Like, if they just try to protect the knight, but probably move the knight, but then their bishop's pinned and stuff. So, I mean, if they try this, I will just play bishop g3. I'm not going to think about that one. So on the bishop's pinned, it just looks like a really good position. Pressure here, bishop's pinned, knight's dominated. Then I'm starting to think we're quite a bit better, or at least a little better. That queen before move I want to keep in mind, though. I'm also seeing funny lines like this. Like, check, f6, take, f4. If they take our knight, we take this. Then they take here. Queen takes rook, rook takes check. Nah, it's not good enough, but there's definitely some stuff going on here. Maybe something will work at some point. I don't think it does yet. I could also play a slow version of that. Wow, they did play f6. Okay, I thought this might not be good. Let me think for a second. But I really think this could be a thing. Or do I just play bishop g3? because f4 threatens to win material. I mean, knight g6 does win material, and how do they stop it? Rook e1, I guess. I don't think rook e1 works, so I'm going to play this. So now I'm not the one in time pressure. So all right, I'm happy about that. I decided to, you know, make some quicker decisions, and they've mostly been moves that just kind of keep the pressure on black. I mean, they're up a pawn, but we have compensation. I don't know how much, but I hesitate to say full compensation, but maybe it is full. But I don't know. The last few moves, I feel like, especially after f6, I feel like now we're better. And I don't see how they get out of this, but maybe there is a way. I mean, even bishop takes d5 doesn't really work. We take back with check. They've got to get out of danger. I guess there's queen f7, maybe queen f7. Yeah, I think they are going to go queen f7. I'm not sure what to do after that, but I'm going to take. They have 30 seconds. So if I can find something here. I don't like trading. f4 blocks a bishop. Kind of like f4. I want to keep the pressure on. I want to make some fast decisions still. But I think he found a kind of a nice way to relieve the pressure there by capturing and playing queen f7. Because even though it was check and it looked scary, this queen f7 thing just kind of like relieves it. So I'm thinking he'll take. I will pre-move that in case he does. Wow, he just lost on time. So finally someone slower than me. That's rare. All All right, and that got us back over 1800, so that feels good. A step in the right direction. I had a rough set of training games. I probably should analyze them on the channel. I think I posted some of them, or at least a couple of them. But obviously, I have stuff to learn from those games. But okay, I mean, I'm pretty happy with this one. But I don't feel like I played great at all, right? I made some fast decisions and saved time. That's like the only thing I did right this game. I think I also understood the position. I understood I could play more positionally and just attack d6 and just stay calm and not go crazy because I do sometimes go too crazy. So, oops. Wait, I want to follow my rule. I want to have some conclusions. Like, let's just click through it. Make some conclusions on our own before we use the engine. Just very quickly. Now I'm going to say that I think that my opinion is that here they should play pawn takes. This is what I think. And then after check, king takes might be a move, actually. I think king takes doesn't look pretty, but it might be okay. Or they can play this way. And after I go knight b5, threatening the fork, rook b8. Now, I have to say, it doesn't look fun to play black here, but I know the computer says it's like slight edge for white. So if black defends like a champion, they should be fine. But then again, why go into this? So maybe this is an option. But okay, the way the game went, all right, I mean, I'm still down a pawn, and I'm not sure I played this part of the game right either, but I like knight d5. We'll find out if that was fine. I like bishop e2. I mean, this decision was a tough one because I don't like to give up such a great knight. But I had ideas here with rook e1, which I eventually played. And then f6. So he found this defense, but it took some time. And then he just flagged, which is kind of crazy. All right, well, let's see how we did. Wow, okay, I'm feeling much better now. Look how we played, 97% accuracy and 97% accuracy. Okay, that's not what I was expecting at all, but I have to say, like, the reason, I can tell you, the reason it's 97% here is not because I'm playing like a genius. The reason it's 97% is because the right moves are kind of obvious, you know? And it's not, it was just positional. So, like, there's probably other right moves. And so it was very hard to make a mistake, let me put it that way. Now, when I play my super sharp positions, then everybody makes a mistake like every move. And then we realize we're not grandmasters. But this makes me feel like a grandmaster for a second. But I kind of know better, right? I know that it's kind of just too easy to play. My opponent never had any pressure on me. Yeah, so knight f6 is a mistake. So let's look at that quickly. So some masters have played this move, but white usually wins. So e5 is definitely right. And then, yeah, so I was saying d takes e5. Take. Knight b5. Yep, rook b8. So if black wants to have... the only games black managed to win were after rook b8. And if we check the analysis here... yeah, see, everything else just loses. And if you're wondering why that is, it's because, like, you can't go here. Because then I take you. Wait, this is not the move. Hang on a second. I was thinking in my head it was... yeah, this. Of course this, right? I'm trying to guard that. But now we can just take it. So you can't defend the obvious way. And so a lot of my opponents, they see rook b8, but they just don't want to play it. That's how I interpret it. And then they go here, and then it's mate in two. Why is my computer slowing down? I hate this. Okay, checkmate. I have to turn down the stockfish. I'm gonna turn it down a bit because my computer is like, it's been doing this more and more. I have to check it out. But it's getting old finally, I think. All right, so rook b8 would be the way to go. But anyway, after knight g4, I'm gonna think that I have an edge, but actually we already know that I didn't have that much. Yeah, so all right, I'm actually surprised that, yeah, I'm surprised. I thought knight g4 was like a mistake. It is not. It is not a mistake. It's just that we do get compensation through the exact thing that happened, right? Just castle, bishop e7 is a great move. Stockfish is hilarious. Why is this a great move? Or chess.com's hilarious. Like, they're just handing out these exclams because they have too many 500 players on the site. So just gotta hand it out. Great move. Yeah, whatever. Okay, I could have gone h3 here. I could have gone queen e2. I did not consider any of these, and I played a move that wasn't as precise. Okay, I thought after h3, I'm like helping this knight. And then we go rook e1. Okay, fine, the castle. I mean, this doesn't feel that much better, does it? I don't see why this is better. Maybe because the knight didn't come to e5. But why couldn't he come to e5? He could come to e5, right? Maybe not, because if he does this, we get to, oh, we get queen h5. I mean, he can castle. I don't see a problem with any of this. Okay, so I'm not good at understanding why Stockfish says plus 0.1 or plus 0.3. Need my coach Kevin Blocker for that. He would say microscopic advantage or like slight advantage. All right, so castles. Queen d2 was not precise either. Rook e1 was slightly better, but only slightly. It didn't want knight d5, really. It wants me to take? Okay, let's look at this for a second. I was thinking this is a bit of an improved structure. I don't want to give them these mobile, like, center pawns. And then it says go h3. I would assume this move. Rook d1, okay. I mean, I don't understand. They could try this too. I feel like this is not... Okay, computer's catching up and saying black's slightly better. I think so. I'm not impressed by bishop takes e6. I thought my move was actually better. But they do get this, which I did see. So bishop e2. All right. Feels like we're on the back foot a little bit here, but we still have compensation because of this pressure. It's a little bit easier to play white, I would say, because of that. All right, so this is not even the top three moves. Top three is bishop e4, bishop e2. Oh, computer just doesn't want to let this happen. That's all this is. This is probably the fourth move. Oh, it says excellent. Okay, whatever. So it's as good as the other ones because it delayed the recapture, I guess. All right, and then we have here f6. Yeah, f6 was good. I was hoping they would play it, but then after I saw queen f7, I was like, oh yeah. And I saw it before he played it. Yeah, I do think that's a good move. I wouldn't give it X glam, but it's a good move. Because then I felt like I didn't have much. Felt equal here. Except I'm up on the clock, which is like weird. Oh yeah, and then they flagged. And I was expecting something like this. I was calculating this. But I felt like I just have that constant pressure on the d6 pawn. I don't know why they played rook c1. I would have went here. Just to like... So the computer like found a way to defend with a knight. Okay, but yeah, f5, of course. I think that's it for the pawn, right? The pawn will fall now. Yeah, and then after the pawn falls, it's going to be just equal-ish. So I'm happy to get a win, but you know, it just kind of bothers me, I guess. Like I want to win brilliantly. I want to play good chess. This game was I did nothing special at all. My opponent just like self-destructed. They just like flagged. That was it. Like, you know, even though their position was fine. So, but hey, I'll take it because that's what we do in chess. We know for sure that I've given out wins like that, right? I've taken losses like that from the other side, so I'll take a win back. All right. Hope you enjoyed it. See you next time. Bye.